Royal photography has obliterated Harry and Meghan. What happens to those who are greedy? It's hard to find Harry and Meghan in this royal portrait. Poor, greedy people get what they deserve. Howdy, and a hearty welcome to the Royal Family News Update channel on YouTube. Comparison of good, duty-bound royals with the bad, leisure-seeking variety. In any case, that's how I anticipate things will develop. In spite of the fact that royal children are raised in a very different way from the rest of the world, the monarchy has managed to remain a relatively progressive institution. Some members of the royal family are raised in a typical household without the assistance of servants or guards, but those at the top of the line of succession led very different lives. The safety of the heir apparent is paramount, but Prince George should be allowed to live a relatively normal childhood despite his extraordinary circumstances. Whoever is still a member of the royal family but lower on the line of succession can easily enjoy a fulfilling life full of common pleasures. Peter and Zara are living testaments to Princess Anne's decision to provide them with a life of privilege. They live in the upper class and have a lot of freedom to decide how they want to spend their time, but at heart they are just like everyone else. It's a breath of fresh air. Princes William and George, who have a duty to the monarchy by birth, have been exposed to normal life by their parents so that they can better fulfill their responsibilities. Diana was a very involved mother, but she wasn't there for her sons until they were grown up, so William picked up parenting skills from watching the Middletons. In raising their 3 children, he and Catherine have followed in Catherine's footsteps. Granted, it's difficult for those who have never had to learn how to shop, watch their own children, cook, or clean, but these days, it seems like only King Charles falls into that category. I am so sorry I have to admit I've been missing Andrew. He was taught that he was entitled to a comfortable life because of his own efforts. He's got an arrogance that's missing from Charles, but a spare who thinks they're entitled and doesn't feel the tug of duty, service, honor, and kindness as a ruined person. A member of the royal family's preconceptions about the general populace are less a product of their upbringing than of their individual personality and inclinations, in my opinion. They expect to be treated well for little effort. There may be a few flies in the royal ointment, but we can be thankful that this is an exception rather than the rule. 2 examples are Andrew and Harry. In case any of you are inclined to defend Andrew, keep in mind that he is the one whose daughters aided Harry in his plot to overthrow the king. Beatrice contributed to Harry's new book, and Eugenie has been keeping the California royal family updated on royal happenings. Not only did Beatrice allow Harry and Meg to use the late Queen's Playhouse to film themselves for their reality show, she did so when the Queen was still alive and opposed to the idea. Fortunately, most members of the royal family have a realistic view of life. They see it the same way everyone does, no matter where they're from. People who are homeless, sick, poor, sad, and otherwise vulnerable are all too visible. Royals in the workforce are no exception, they see it daily. That's just how their jobs work. Can you believe Markle actually said she didn't want to be a tiara-wearing bureaucrat? It's true that many royals, including Anne, Charles, William, Edward, Sophie, Camilla, and Catherine, have made the decision to serve their countries. But they recognize the privilege of serving in this capacity. Many real people just like us make up the monarchy. The senior royals have to deal with chauffeurs, security guards, and paparazzi in addition to the better clothes and vehicles they enjoy. They long for days when they can stay in their pajamas all day long, eat whatever they want, and watch whatever they want on TV. Really, I think that they're completely sick of the limelight and all their privileges perks. The serving royals are aware of the good fortune that has brought them to their position, but they also realize that life in the commoner's shoes isn't so bad. With each new generation, the royal family becomes more grounded in reality. The bad royals, who are self-serving and don't work as late as King Charles does every night, are outnumbered, in my opinion, by the good, and so I choose to believe in a monarchy that is still functioning. You mean, Prince William? Until the day he dies, his workload will continue to rise. There will be no retirement, no vacation to a foreign country on a whim, and no respite from the criticism of the decision to skip another king's funeral. Top royals, in my opinion, have gotten over their biases. My guess is that they realize what they're giving up, but they still opt to follow the predetermined path. Amazing and cool, indeed. This explains why the common folk have such a hard time grasping the concept of a senior royal. What drives them is a sense of duty to an ancient cause and a predetermined course in life. Shaking the hands of hundreds of people every week at ribbon cuttings for new hospital wings, daycares, and gardens seems like a cakewalk. Never without a cheery hello, caring attitude, or kind word. They improve how we feel overall. The preparations and discussions that took place the night before the initial meeting are barely alluded to. They are responsible about completing their assignments. This also explains why a prospective royal spouse should take things slowly to make sure they fully grasp the responsibilities that will be thrust upon them. Any remaining sense of anonymity outside of your home will vanish the moment you tie the knot with a senior royal, and you will be thrust into the spotlight regardless of your preference. And you shouldn't have any illusions that you can make things work the way you want. This is not going to occur. Leadership is the source of transformation. It was interesting to think of the royal family in the context of civil servants, because that's essentially what they are. As human manifestations of the many qualities people should revere, not as dull bureaucrats but as inspiration to do good by example, kindness, encouragement, duty, grace, enthusiasm, and energy. From the looks of the pictures, they are giving it their all. The donation of all the money from the Crown's wind farm, in contrast to the king not taking a stand politically, appears to have done in one fell swoop what Parliament would have never figured out an equivalency to do. My opinion is that the royals are necessary for many positive reasons. Many of us have finally had it with the constant deceit from the two traitors. Some people I know, though not many, have questioned whether or not what they're saying is true, on the theory that the more often a lie is told, the more likely it is to be accepted as fact. They might have been believed if they had just repeated one or two of their initial lies. And by continually embellishing their lies with more ridiculous absurdity that can in no way be true, they've done even more damage to themselves. William and Harry also dislike each other very much. Amazing William. To put it bluntly, Harry is a horrible person. King Charles is stuck in the middle. While Harry claims his parents always favored William, the truth is that it was actually Harry who received more attention than William. To the reign of William, first say, bring it on. Without a shadow of a doubt, hell make a magnificent monarch. Please, King William, expose all the scams and scandals in Sussex. By doing so, he ensured the total destruction of his traitor sibling. Moreover, the annihilation of Meghan, Harry's witch wife, and their two vile, phony children, Archie and Lilibet. What about you? So, let me ask you this, do you agree with me? If so, please like and share my video with anyone who could use some encouragement right now. You can share your thoughts on the future of the monarchy and whether or not you agree with my assessment below in the comments. Be sure to show your continued support by subscribing to our channel dedicated to news about royal family news update. Now, I want to say thank you for watching, and then say goodbye until tomorrow.